Yo, first up, here's the host, Efren, explaining knowledge that's applying, never guessing. Next in line is Zach, the stats king. He'll call you out, cross you over, it's a sure thing. I a cheddar, no one better, crazy knowledge. On point, talking pros down to college. Jackie Jack on the grind, he'll never tire. Youngest buck on the show, he brings the fire. Never slip, keep your grip.
Chico's in the booth.
He's the drip, Tico's lit, always spits the truth. Finally, it's me, it's KG. Piling stats, spitting facts daily. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. Podcast. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Sports Shed Podcast. And as the intro said, I am your host, Efren. To my immediate right is Zach. To him, the next screen over is Cheddar. The next gentleman over is Keith. Last but not least, hanging upside down, it's Tigo. What's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing?
All right.
Was that supposed? Hey, Tigo, was that supposed to be? Was that supposed to be the touchdown celebration?
No, my bad.
Okay, no,
I'm on St. Brown touchdown celebration.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I'm just saying. You're trying to give him his props. That's all right. So, welcome everyone. As like I said, I'm your host, Efren. Today we'll be going over a few topics today. But to get one over out of that way is the Yankees and the Dodgers. The World Series coming to an end after 5. Dodgers winning the series 4-1. Freddie Freeman, undoubtedly, I think. Secured the MVP award, I believe, right after Game 3. To be honest with you, whether the Dodgers would have won that series or not, more than likely. But the Dodgers ended up winning it 4-1. I told you guys, Cheddar and Tigo, Zachary and I, we warned y'all. We told you that pitching is deadly in the postseason. Many of those pitchers weren't really doing that great. They were just average or just above average, and postseason came. They started doing lights out against games 4 and 5 against San Diego. They did us in 6, and fared worse than the Mets in 5. And yes, I just want to make sure I said you fared worse than the Mets in 5. So
but y'all didn't make the World Series.
You're right.
Let's not act like the Dodgers.
You're right. You were supposed to win the World Series. We were supposed to finish under 500. We won 89 games. More than likely, if it would be a complete disaster in MLB history if Mendoza does not win Manager of the Year. I do recall he was the Yankees bench coach. So at the very least, I can say to all you Yankees and Yankee fans, thank you. We appreciate it for doing all the training, and now we can hopefully enjoy the hard work he did over with the Yankees. At the end of the day, y'all were warned. So now the $600 million question as the starting bid is, where is Soto going? Where is he going?
Red Sox.
Okay, let me rephrase the question again. Realistically, where is he going?
I think he's going to go to the Yankees, Mets, or Orioles.
No, you get to pick one.
Yankees.
Pick one.
Yankees. But can I just say one thing about that Game 5 World Series?
Go ahead.
That was the worst freaking inning of defense I've ever seen in my freaking life. Watching professional baseball. By the way. Watching professional baseball, that was the worst effing defense I've ever seen in my life.
They saved the best for last.
I wanted to puke. I legitimately wanted to puke.
I was laughing.
The Yankees, and then for Joe, hold up. Hold up. Wait. Let me eat. And then for Joe Kelly to come out. I mean, I get it. He won. Okay, congratulations. You didn't pitch one freaking inning in the World Series. All right, buddy. For Joe Kelly to come out and say that the Yankees were the 8th to 9th best team in the playoffs, you're freaking ridiculous, dude. The Yankees, and to say the Guardians played better than the Yankees is also ridiculous because they did not. They couldn't hit nothing. Like,
I think he's trying to get under your skin, and that's exactly what he's doing.
you don't
Yeah,
need to because
pretty
the
much.
Yankees defense got under its skin. Yo, listen. The new year, we got a new person dropping the ball. It's called Aaron Judge. He's dropping the ball for the new year.
Sounds like a
Freaking
Yankee
guy, man.
Wait. Hey, Keith, you're
Catch
gonna
the
enjoy
ball.
this. What? To quote, Big Poppy on Fox on Fox Sports Station, and to quote John Sterling, "The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose."
So another thing I wanted.
The Yankees lose.
Another thing I wanted to add.
Go ahead.
Let's face it, people got to catch up to the Dodgers in the MLB. All right, people got to catch up to the Dodgers. They're really good. They're really deep. One through what, 4 or 5. In order for the Yankees to even compete against the Dodgers next year, they need to go out. They need to get Soto. They need to get Christian Walker for first base from Arizona. They need to find somebody for third base. They need to move Jazz Chisholm to second base.
I like Chisholm where he at.
And
Isn't he? I think
Yeah.
Isn't he a free agent?
no, he's not.
No, so you get to
No,
have
he's
him.
not.
So
Yeah.
the big question really is,
And the Yankees have to go out and get Corbin Burns.
so
they gotta
again, realistically,
So
Let's go back to the original question.
realistically,
What's the
where is Juan Soto gonna end
The
up?
Yankees. I said the Yankees.
Give,
So-
don't say the Red Sox, please. I don't wanna repeat the
wait a second. So Cheddar, what you're saying is the Yankees need to basically go back to the George Steinbrenner days and get every MVP
because
on every team?
Yes, because the Dodgers are bringing that out of them. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, well, it's
I
an
mean,
honest
you
answer.
gotta play
My
better
man said
defense.
yes. You gave an honest answer. He said yeah.
Defensively.
That's what we want. But
I mean,
Listen.
in all realist, like for real, the Boston Red Sox could do the same thing. They just refuse to do it.
Yeah, they're probably done spending all that money.
I mean, yeah, they've paid over the luxury tax before when they probably won their 3 World Series in the 2000s. So I mean,
The issue, I think, the issue that really hurt Boston is that Chris Sale bull.
Didn't they win
That Chris
4 in
Sale
2000?
contract was horrible.
4?
Yeah, wasn't it
because I know
Nitty.
Big Poppy won 3.
04, 07, 13, and
04, 07, 13.
They didn't really pay for those. They
won
were
19.
mostly homegrown.
And I think
I
18.
I think you're right.
or 2 years before a year or 2 before COVID.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I
4.
believe
But I think
most of
Big
those
Poppy
players were
won 3.
homegrown. Besides, like Manny Ramirez and like was Johnny Damon on your World Series team?
Yeah.
Keith?
No.
Yes, in 04 and yeah, he was.
And then you
Yeah.
got
So they
Stanley.
paid
He
for
was
Johnny
also on
Damon.
Yankees World
They
Series team.
They paid for Johnny Damon. They paid for Manny Ramirez. I don't recall the pitching staff. I don't.
So let's go back to the original question.
So what I'm gonna say is that all I hope is that Steve Cohen open up the vault, the richest owner in MLB, and get Soto and Alonso. And however David Stearns, the president of operations, decides how to do the pitching staff, I'll leave it in his capable hands. Just give me those 2 bats.
Yeah.
That's That's what I want.
I heard the Mets aren't going to get outbid for Soto. So it's basically just going to come to where Soto actually just wants to play on the East Coast. So he knows what it's like in New York, in the Yankees locker room. He knows what it's like in that locker room. It's basically, does he want to play? He wants to play for the Yankees, probably for a little bit less money, or probably, you know what I mean? Endorsements, sponsorships, you got all that. Or you could probably get it in New York for the New York Mets too. But it's probably basically going to come down to that. Do you want the money?
He'll
or do you
probably
want-
he might go
Right.
to the Mets just for the fact of getting out of the spotlight of Aaron Judge, and all that
That's
stuff to be
possible.
because he'll be
That's
a bigger
possible.
star there than he is with the Yankees probably.
But you're also going to be competing against Aaron Judge for that.
I mean, well, it's 2 different leagues, so
Yeah, that's true as well.
Oh, well,
but
he'll be going against-
There can only be one king in New York, though.
he'll be going against Ohtani basically as far as those kind of numbers, home runs and
But
et
yeah,
cetera.
I think his contract's going to be between 620 to 700 million. That's what I think. That's what I think his contract's going to be, and I think the setup is going to be just like Ohtani's.
I mean, I think the Mets and the Yankees are they're going to offer him like pretty much the same contract.
Yeah, and then he's going to
I
be choose.
Yeah, I don't think money is really going to be an issue for either team. And knowing that,
I
like,
just think
guys
he just
going
won.
strong
Yeah.
with the Yankees, and they just made the World Series.
Yep.
I think that he has chemistry with that team. I
Yeah.
would pick the Yankees. Obviously, though, I want the Mets, but I think he's just going to stay with the Yankees.
Yeah, I think it went so smooth with him and Aaron Judge, man. They helped each other. They made each other better.
Except for World Series.
World Series is a different animal. You get Aaron Judge got pitched the hardest out of any batter in the playoffs.
Aaron Judge, Dak Prescott. Aaron Judge. He just didn't show up.
I can't say he didn't show up. He did hit some big home runs in the series before the World Series.
Let me just get,
wow, Dak Prescott throws a touchdown or two.
Let me get this up. Let me put it this way. Aaron Judge was in a coma.
That's the
Aaron Judge was very cold. Yes, I agree.
No, he wasn't cold. The man was in a coma. He was
cold.
He was cold. Of saying Aaron Judge hit some home runs is like, yeah, Dak threw some touchdowns. Like it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it wasn't enough to get his team to victory. So
it is what it is.
Didn't he bat under 100 if I'm not mistaken?
I believe he.
I think it was like 240.
140. No, in the postseason.
In the postseason.
Yeah, the postseason. I believe he hit 140, 139, something.
I think in his career he's under 100.
And in his career, God only knows. That's all I can say to you.
I don't know.
The man only knows.
It is what it is. Not like it's going to be his only time in the postseason. He has more chances to redo it.
So you folks are witnessing the sequel to Step Brothers, Dak Prescott and Aaron Judge. Thank you. So with that
Aaron Judge has what Dak Prescott doesn't have, a championship in his division.
That's good.
Yeah, they both have 0 championship rings. That's really.
So I'm looking forward to spring training already at end of February or mid-February of 2025. So it's not that far away. Sometime earlier, late last week, early this week, the NCAA basketball season has started. We'll spend just a few minutes on this quickly. The preseason rankings came up. Just to go down real quick, just the top 10. So number 1 is Kansas, 2 Alabama, 3 trying to go for 3-peat UConn. Number 4 is Houston, 5 Iowa State, 6 Gonzaga, and 7th and everyone's anticipation coming in, Duke at 7 with Cooper Flag, which he's already been making some statements, especially against Arizona State a couple of days ago. And then right after that,
we actually have a few ranked teams that lost a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. By the way, just to finish off, 8, 9, and 10 is Baylor, North Carolina, and Arizona. Those are your top 10 preseason picks. Who's already lost?
Well, Gonzaga blew out number 6. Gonzaga blew out number 8 Baylor 101-63. And then the other 2 ranked teams was number 13 Texas A&M lost 64-61 to UCF. Oh
my God!
And then Florida. Number 19 Texas lost 80-72 to Ohio State.
So already a few beats.
Yeah, it's preseason.
Preseason, like as of now, Indiana's ranked 17th.
That was regular season.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because the season started.
That started on Monday.
Yeah, it started this week.
Happened.
So
I don't have that. Oh, let me look.
You just go to scores.
Yeah.
You go to Monday.
Yep, I see it. Okay, yep.
So right now, Indiana's ranked 17th. Let's go Hoosiers. North Carolina, Jackson is ranked. It's actually ranked 9th, and then Kentucky for Jason out there, number 23. I think that's the John Calipari effect, if you ask me.
And they won on Monday.
So as well. Syracuse right now is unranked, but the bigger question is that when is Melo's son going to decide? And where is he going to end up? Is he following Dad's footsteps, or he's going to venture on his own?
I think that he's gonna go to Syracuse. I heard him say that like he appreciates that Syracuse is recruiting him like for him, and that it doesn't have anything to do with like Carmelo being his father. I think he'll end up going to Syracuse, in my opinion. I don't know how.
And
we'll be going to that game. We'll be going to that first game too.
We'll be going to one of those games.
Are they really recruiting him just for him?
Oh,
well, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's top 20, I think.
Nah, he's good.
He's
no, I'm not saying he's not good, but come on, part of it is for because his dad went there.
I know. In a sense, that
it doesn't hurt.
There's history, but he's a top 20, and he goes to school in the city, which is it's in New York.
I can even say the kid is good.
Like any school's gonna offer it. It's really just like
he is a New York kid.
Like even Indiana, offered was like one of his top 15 USC. Choices to go when they offered him. USC, I believe Oregon as well. Some schools in the South, but. But at the end of the day, I can still see
Syracuse.
Yeah, I can still see them going to Syracuse. There's nothing wrong with being that, but at the same time, he's backing it up. I can at least say that. So
yeah, he's good. I think he's way better than Brownie by far.
I'm not too worried about that. So. But the best thing is that the basketball season just started. Hey, Keith.
Yo.
Who's yours?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know? You don't need to know?
Oh, boy.
Because it don't matter.
We want to know. We need to know. You're going to tell us. And you too, Tigo.
What? You already know my team already.
I'm sorry. I meant to call you Mr. Michigan Man. I meant to call you Michigan Man. My bad, Tigo.
You already know my team.
I said my bad, Tigo.
My basketball team is Syracuse, baby.
I forgot. What's your team, Tigo?
Michigan.
Oh, you like them in basketball too?
Of course.
Okay. Hoyas.
Oh boy.
Hoyas. Ooh.
Hoyas. Yeah. It's
hey,
it's a beating, but hey,
you know me. I'm never going to change my team, so I just suffer every year, regardless of if it's pros, if it's college, if it's G League.
I'm the same way. I take the beating. If my team will redeem itself one day.
One day.
That's all you're asking. What
That's all I'm hoping for.
Said Zach, I just realized our starting point guard Judah Mintz isn't even on Syracuse. He's actually in the NBA right now.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, we still have Starlight, Star Bright. Sterling shoot the lights out tonight.
We don't care.
I mean, our recruit that I was talking about, he dropped 22. Oh no, he's a senior. I don't know who this guy is actually.
Probably a transfer.
I guess so.
They're doing bridges right now until Cayenne comes in, bro.
He's from Delaware.
I'm just happy for once Indiana's actually ranked in the preseason. I cannot recall the last time I've seen that. It's been quite a number of years. It does help though that when you have a couple of transfers, especially the top transfer player that entered to the portal from Arizona, he chose Indiana, Umar Ballo. Last year alone, he averaged 13 and 10, 20 double-doubles, and shot 66% from the field. And there's a couple of other players, another guard from Washington State. And, he averaged, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, shot 44% from the field, 81% from the free throw. Then a couple of co-freshmen, Big Ten is coming back, Mekesi Mbako. He actually averaged 12 points and 4 boards. So, I haven't said this in a long time, but I am looking forward. I did last year, but I'm looking forward to this season with the Hoosiers. They got to make some noise in the Big Ten.
Stay healthy.
I mean, our center where he's in the NBA right now, the center footer with Miami Heat. So hopefully he's doing well. Not against the Celtics though. So, and So during the season, we'll be talking a little bit more as the season progresses in regards to the college basketball, and then keeping an eye on Cooper Flagg. I mean, let's be honest, he'll probably end up being the consensus number 1 draft pick if he goes into the NBA.
That white boy right there can hoop.
Where's not even playing.
No,
He's
look
got-
at that.
He's got no playing time.
No playing time. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You could have just stayed for one more year, your junior year. You know? But
Got
that's
more
all right.
experience.
Playing Thomas Bryant more. Together like 13.
So as that goes, I actually want to touch real quick before we jump into the NFL there. But you know, I just want to say the Celtics 7-1. They're playing tonight. It's at
It's a good game tonight.
Is it at Boston?
Golden
or
State.
Golden State.
Golden State.
I think it's in
Keith
Boston.
said no.
That's
Keith
It's at
said Golden
Boston. It's
State.
at Boston.
That's
No,
a
it's
fun-
in.
They play at
Wait.
7:30. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if it's
It's at
7:30, it's got to be at Boston.
It's at Boston.
Yeah. Okay. The guy said it's at Boston, Keith.
I didn't think that we were actually going to ever play another home game. We've been on the road for so long.
That's all right. 7-1.
That's
We're in
good. That's
Boston.
good. The less home games you have at the beginning of the season, the more you
Cle-
close out.
Cleveland is 8-0, but that's all right. That's gonna be short lived. So we'll handle them when we come back to the East Coast. I'm okay with that.
Cleveland, I think, is just hot right now. I don't think they're that good of a team.
I mean, you know,
They're
it's-
I watched
playing
them.
good.
They
They're
play-
playing
They
good.
play really good defense.
Yeah, they're playing good.
Good defense. And obviously,
Can they sustain it though? You know what I mean? Can they sustain it?
I think
They won a lot of close games. A couple of their games have been pretty close. So we'll
I
see
mean-
when they play the big boys.
by the way, by the big boys, he meant Boston Celtics, not the Knicks. Just wanted to clarify that on the air. He said big boys, all right.
Ooh, the Knicks play the Hawks.
Oh, the Knicks are 3-3. How's it going, 500 fellas? How y'all doing?
We're adjusting. We're adjusting.
You adjusting? All right, adjusting. That's understandable. That's adjustable.
They're just peachy.
Are we supposed
I
to
mean,
stress over
to adjust to a whooping. I mean, man, let us know how that goes because I can't adjust
I'm not
to a
supposed
whooping all the time like that, bro.
What about the Bucks 1-6? Come
Oh
on.
my gosh,
Not
are you
asking
for
for
real,
stress.
man? Like
Whew.
Doc Rivers, bro. I know you brought us a title in 08, but man, like you making it difficult for us to defend you, man. I mean,
Doc is washed out.
I'm not defending him.
no.
He's got to be fired.
no.
Yeah, come on, what are you guys talking about? I'm a great coach. I did great. Just give me Rondo, give me KG, give me Paul Pierce. I'll be okay again.
Give me 4 Hall of Famers.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh. Here's the question: is Giannis staying in Milwaukee? Does he
Not
want to
at all.
stay?
No, he's leaving.
I mean, man,
You
that's
think he's leaving?
Listen,
You
listen.
think he's leaving?
Giannis is leaving, and he's
And
gonna
going
take
where?
the, and he's
And
gonna
going
take
where?
the LA
Where would he
Lakers.
go?
He is going
And
to the
don't say,
Lakers.
and don't say the Knicks. Don't say the Lakers.
He's going to the
Yeah,
Lakers.
be realistic.
I mean, honestly, if LeBron
He's going to the
retires,
Lakers.
Okay,
I could,
that's
I could
different.
see him going
That's what I'm
to the
saying.
Okay,
He's
that's
going to the
different.
Ra- that's what I just
You're
said.
making room. You're making room
What are
and
you?
and a
That's what I
salary.
just
move.
said.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
no, but I'm saying, if you were gonna say something like that, but more often when people say Knicks or Lakers, we tend to forget that somebody's got to go or somebody has to move.
No,
or somebody
look,
has to retire.
If
whatever
LeBron's
the case may be.
retiring, he's going to go to the Lakers because the Lakers need somebody to carry the reign of the Lakers. They need a new franchise face.
The
And it
Lakers.
sure as F is not Bronny.
When does his contract come up? Oh,
Who?
2028, he's a free agent.
Yeah, that's 3 years from now. That's
Who,
a long
Giannis?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would have to be traded at that moment, and yeah, I mean, and who knows? Maybe the Bucks would be, unfortunately, on the downhill part of it of Giannis's career that they might just move him just to save money, exchange contract and just the dumb salary. That's the only other reason that I can think of, if it comes up at that time. But to fall in on hard times like Milwaukee has,
Yeah,
man.
fire Doc Rivers. Let's start with that.
Okay, so my son said fire Doc Rivers, which would be 2 consecutive seasons the Bucks firing a head coach in mid-season.
Oh man, come on! I can't believe you're gonna do that to me, Zach.
Yo, listen, I'm not gonna lie though. Another team that's
Oh
looking
my
pretty,
God.
another team that's looking pretty
You're
good in
doing
the
it to
NBA, like better
I mean-
than what I thought they would do is
Are you gonna
OKC.
apologize for Zach Edey?
OKC.
Yeah, OKC.
He's hooping.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say something, and I love what the Grizzlies did. They
you
are
talking about?
using him, Edie, for exactly who
Edey.
he is. They're using his strength, which personally I'm glad to see.
Rookie of the year.
Down post moves. I haven't seen that in a long time. I know people talk about Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis also has an outside three. I'm talking about just a pure standalone.
Well,
That your offense, the majority of your offense is low post. You can mix it. I know that Anthony
believe it
Davis
or
is
not, Zach Edey already has more career 3-pointers than Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm not shocked. Again, it is against Shaquille O'Neal, but I'm not taking away anything from Zach Edey either. I'm not gonna do that. That's just a bonus. If he could do that, that's a bonus.
He's also getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Honestly, surprisingly,
that part is not surprising.
Not surprising.
Yeah,
it's
that part
to me because he has to get around. He's getting 2.9 offensive rebounds per game, 3.6 defensive rebounds per game, 6 rebounds. That's kind of poop. 6.5 rebounds per game.
You got to remember, he's only playing like 19 minutes a game.
He's playing 19, yeah.
And he's not a pushover. He's not built like Chet Holmgren or Giannis. When Giannis
0.9 blocks per game,
or Giannis not coming, or the way Giannis looked when he came, at the beginning of the league. He's not that type.
He's not even playing half the game.
Exactly.
That's fine.
So they're using him the right way, and that's the thing that I like. And he's fitting into this. They're incorporating themselves into Edey, because you can see Ja Morant, he's driving in and he's throwing the alley-oops, or he's driving in bounce pass or back pass. I mean, it's just opening it up even more. So, and then when they start, if they haven't yet, I'm sure they're gonna start be banging them threes on a regular basis. Again, I think Memphis Grizzlies will definitely end up one of the top 4s come playoff time. Obviously healthy, and Morant doesn't do anything stupid illegally off the court. They're going to be a top 4.
Yeah, Instagram.
Point exactly my point.
I'm not going to say he's going to be top. They're going to be top 4. I don't think they're going to be top 4.
My point.
I think they're going to be top 6.
So, Keith, how do you feel? How you feel about our Celtics so far this season?
They look good.
They look good. I mean, our bench is what's really helping us.
That is it. Yep, that's it right there. Your bench is on something, bro.
You mean our 24-25 Sixth Man of the Year award winner, Pritchard? You mean that guy?
Wow. He's coming into his own.
Averaging 18 points a game off the bench.
Where is he at?
Off the bench. 18.
Six man. I'm going to call it right now, 6 man.
Hey, Zachary, Keith,
can you say 6 man when he's 27.6 minutes per game?
It's
he comes off the bench.
Is that 6 man minutes?
You come off the bench. You come off the bench.
Minutes? Yeah, I mean 26 minutes, and you're averaging 18 a game.
16.
Man, yeah, you better win.
16.
Yeah, you better. Or 16. Excuse me, 16 a game. Yeah, those are off the bench numbers, because usually your main guy is gonna probably give you somewhere between 25 and 30, probably closer to 25, but that's what you're gonna expect.
What I really love so far is the role that Cade is playing. I mean, he is playing top-notch ball right now. Offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, defense.
You talking about Queta?
Queta.
Is how you pronounce it.
It's Queta. Yeah.
Queta, number 88. Watch this, yeah. Zach. What'd I say?
I was gonna say something else. I wasn't listening to y'all.
Oh no, Queta. Say what were you saying, Keith, about Queta?
No, I was just saying I'm impressed with what he's doing off the bench as well.
He's playing good.
5.7
points per game, 2 offensive rebounds, basically 3 defensive rebounds, 4 rebounds per game. Blocks. He's not really getting that much play time, but
like his numbers aren't like spectacular, but his impact when he's on when he's on the court is
you what see those numbers in comparison to the amount of time he's playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could always translate it. You could just if I had the time, you could always add it up.
So I just want to go back to Richard. You said he's playing how many minutes?
He's playing 27.6 minutes per game.
Okay, so Naz Reid last year, who won the 6 Man of the Year, he only played 24 minutes and averaged 13.5. So those minutes are about 6-man minutes. Now it just
It is?
depends if he can
Okay.
keep producing at the rate he's producing.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they're using him too to come in for Brown and Tatum. No, Brown and Derek White, right?
Not
Either
not
or.
not necessarily either or. He sometimes comes in with they're both there. He's more like the
Oh,
six
okay.
man basically is the guy that leads the 6 unit, and
Because that
contribute-
could also inflate his minutes too, is what I'm saying. That could
Well,
probably be why.
He subs in for either White or Holiday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, what they're doing is, I think they're playing more of a 10-man rotation.
10-man
and then-
rotation.
then as the
Oh, you know
playoff-
what else I did in the
Oh,
count? You know
they
what else I
kinda
did in the
like
count? Your blowouts. I did an account for your blowouts. He gets more minutes when you guys are blowing people out.
He plays
He-
kinda
he-
out there,
right?
He
No.
does, but he doesn't, because a lot of
Oh,
times
okay.
they bring in.
Nah, he's not. He does not mop up minutes. That's not his role. He
No.
graduated from that a few years
Oh,
ago.
all right.
Yeah,
So he is part of the
I mean,
rotation.
He's gonna play about half the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
about
all
half.
right. Yeah. So
So
6-man. Yeah.
he's a
So 6
regular.
man.
So he's a
Okay.
regular. But with that saying, man, and by the way, that's with Brown missing today. He's missing his 3rd game with a hip flexor. So he's day to day right now. So Jaylen Brown hasn't played, and today will be his 3rd game missed in a row.
Porzingis is still out. Horford doesn't play back to backs.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. It's our bench that's really helping us so far this year.
Yeah. And your offensive efficiency too. Your offensive efficiency is really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The defensive efficiency slacking off, but your offense is just taking it. It's your offense is so efficient. It's just it doesn't really matter.
Well,
So
we kind of
there's-
we kind of like just smooth through the first and second quarter, and then third quarter they kind of just step it up defensively. It seems like because I've watched every
When they
game
have
this year.
to. When they
Yeah,
have to.
exactly.
When you got big leads, you're not really gonna,
Yeah,
Right.
you're gonna take some. Yeah, you're gonna settle down, relax on defense a little bit. Yep.
So what you're saying is that at some point down the road, you're going to figure out what size you are in Cowboys jersey
No,
and
that's
the
not what I'm
Cowboys
saying.
foam hat. Is that what? That's what I'm hearing.
I mean,
indirectly.
I'm not gonna lie about how you guys are playing right now. I mean, like no, but that's not what I'm saying at all.
Get used to it, because that's what that season is gonna look like. It's a repeat of last year. I honestly believe even better. That's the scary part.
I think Tigo's contemplating whether he wants the blue jersey or the white jersey.
Yeah.
No, I got a better
It's
jersey.
early. It's early.
I got a better jersey.
What is it?
We should just put whatever number and customize a Jerry Jones jersey.
Ooh.
No. We
Jerry
we
Jones.
should.
I'm gonna be
That's
honest
that
with you. A
jersey.
Daniel Jones would probably be the worst jersey I could get.
No, you're not
No.
getting that. Jerry
No.
Jones, and then just I don't even know whatever number 00 or something.
No. What about this?
Good.
Their lucky number for each of them, and then
Right.
their own name on the back of the jersey.
And I know Zach's number. I know his number 9. Number 9.
Their own name on the back.
Oh my God!
That's not my number anymore.
No, you're not getting out of it.
It's not
No,
number.
that's
No,
classic.
seriously,
Don't matter.
it's not number 9.
Don't matter.
That's
You're getting
classic. It's a Cowboys.
You're getting that baseball number. You're getting that baseball
yeah.
number 9.
I don't know
No,
your
it's
number,
20 it's
Tigo,
20
but
it's 27.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what number your favorite.
It doesn't matter what your favorite number is.
Oh, you too. Oh my God.
I think that would be worse. I'm gonna be honest. I think that would be
That
worse.
was good.
Yeah,
That was
that's
good.
gonna be beautiful. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I say this for all parties. Please don't throw the jersey out. It's a
Well,
memory,
No,
guys.
we made a bet. You
Well,
cannot.
no,
Yeah,
we made a
put
It's
out.
gotta be in your closet for
Yeah.
the rest of your life.
Yes.
Be at least let's man up. Come on. Like if I was to lose, I would do the
If I
exact same.
lose, if I
Put it in
lose,
the
I lose.
corner away. You know,
You can
out
put
of
it in the
sight, out of
corner.
mind, but you have to keep it.
You gotta keep it. Though. You can't throw it
I
out. Come on.
lose. It is what it is.
Isn't it in the clause that they have to wear it for so many
For the show.
episodes?
I know the
show.
first one.
It's for
The first
show.
episode.
I think it's
Just the first?
Yeah, yeah. You know what? It'll be the first because the next stupid bet that they make with us is gonna be longer than one show. Yeah, I might have to have them stroll and
That
FaceTime
means you guys
themselves.
got to make the
I'm
bet. We
walking
made the
down the
bet.
street. I'm a
Me and
Giants
Chigo made
fan.
the bet.
I'm a Giants fan with the Cowboy gear on.
And then they got to hang it up behind them during every show,
Giants
right, right where that Rangers flag is.
Yo, right there. It has to say, I'm a Giants fan. And you want me the Cowboy.
Man.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
You know what?
Makes it, which
For all
makes
of that, it's not
let's
gonna
just
happen.
dive right in. Let's just dive right into it. Talking about the jerseys, man. I think at this point, let's just rip the Band-Aid out,
What
guys.
size y'all want? What size y'all want?
Oh man.
We get on the football.
Yeah, we're gonna go right into that one. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off, Giants fans. It's over. It's over.
But
they're
wait.
2-7. No, it's all no. Hold on.
It was over before the season started.
I'm gonna let y'all speak. It's cool. But right now, it's eulogy time. That's what it is. It's time for me to say the Giants eulogy. And as of today, November 6th, 2024, at 6:16 p.m., the Giants are done. I'm saying it. They're done. I try to be as reasonable as I can for Daniel Jones.
That's a lie.
I never thought.
That's a lie.
I never thought.
That's a lie.
No, I never went as hard as Cheddar did, but I never thought that this day would ever come and that I'm going to agree on something with Cheddar. Daniel Jones, you suck. You suck.
Let's go.
Okay. Listen, man, I tried, bro. I tried. Okay. But when you have stupid stats, the last time Daniel Jones threw a touchdown at MetLife was an OBJ, was a wide receiver. Bro, that's
672 days.
That's unheard of. Right now, if I'm the Giants, I will continue to play Daniel Jones. Do not sit him. I said this earlier, preseason, before we all made our predictions. What did I say? The Giants were going to end in the top 5 in the 2025 NFL draft. So what I would start doing is start booking flights to Miami, start booking flights to Colorado, and start getting ready to do some scouting on the top 2 quarterbacks entering the NFL for next season. Saunders and Ward.
It's called Crash for
Cam. Make sure
Crash
y'all book your flight right next to us too.
All right.
It's called Crash for Cam. That's what it's called.
Make sure Seattle book their flight right next to us.
Listen.
I'm not gonna say Seattle's worse.
No.
Make sure Seattle book their flight right next to the Giants.
Okay,
because they're going down with us.
I got a proposition. I got a proposition for Cheddar and Tigo.
Yep.
You want to go in on the casket fee, because we'll just share the same casket because we're done too.
And by the way, my brother-in-law, when he said, "Do you want to share the casket?" He's what Buffalo says every time that they're about to play the Dolphins.
Princess.
Squish the fish.
I'm gonna be honest here.
We were squished before Buffalo did it.
I'm going back to my college days at Buffalo, so that was the thing I would always watch on TV. So during the commercial, Squish the Fish this Sunday.
I'm still digging out of the grave. I've been in that grave for about 9 years.
Listen, if Seattle lose this week, they're going down just like us. So
no, we have a bye week.
Seattle still has a brighter future than the Giants, and they have had a backup QB playing for them for the past 3 years.
Look, Seattle is in one of those situations. To be honest, this is what I think. Seattle's in one of those situations caught in between. Meaning, if they make a couple of plays, they're easily 6-3. That easy. Couple of plays they didn't go great. Now they're 4-5. It's what am I gonna see on Sunday when Seattle shows up? If I see a great offensive game, is my defense gonna let me down? Like the Rams, our defense stepped up, and our offense was nowhere to be found. We can't put it together. That's our main
Except
problem.
except for Jigba. Jigba went off.
He went off. Like I said, Geno Smith put up numbers. He threw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, high completion rates. But what's the big one? 3 picks. One for 103 yards, pick 6.
And they're not good interceptions.
Those interceptions was in the red zone.
They're not
2 interceptions was in the red zone. So again, those interceptions are not points for the Rams. We're easily up at another 14 points potentially. So it's not that they're a horrific team. It's just the mistakes are the mistakes. That's what's going on, and we don't have a line. So if we could just minimize the mistakes, I think we would win a little bit more.
I'm gonna sum this up for everybody watching. We suck. Okay, that's
Thank you.
You guys, you guys do have the number 1 passing offense in the league.
I'm not gonna say that yet.
It doesn't matter because
I'm just saying.
They go 14-0 every single game.
Saying.
Yeah, we have to pass.
I'm just saying
it doesn't mean anything when we're forced to pass. When a team is forced to pass early on, and then the rest of the game, like that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I just wish that.
I mean, the Giants are forced to pass too, and they're ranked. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23rd in the league.
Who's your quarterback?
Oh, who is my quarterback?
Yeah, there you go.
That dude that sits by Bob's Diner, that sits on the freaking bench right there. That's my quarterback.
Yeah, that's why you're so low. That's why you're so low.
Listen, Keith is over there trying to figure out how to pay from his medical benefits.
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. Out of every team, I really feel sorry for Keith. I'm not even dissing you, Keith. Like I'm being serious. Like for having an offensive minded coach, he is a freaking idiot. Like,
do you realize though we could be 4-4 right now because our last two games were winnable games.
Yep.
But our defense decides not to show up. And we could be 4-4 right now and still be in the mix of everything. But
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
how do you not
feel bad?
How do you not call a timeout to ice at least try to ice the kicker last week? You have 2 timeouts left. Why don't you at least take one of them?
We was watching that game. I was watching.
He was puffing his vape. He was puffing his vape.
Stupid.
You were gonna say, Zach?
I said, let me give you. So you say, we're still passing. Let me give you the equivalent of what I'm trying to say. Also in the top 10 of passing is Aaron Rodgers and Trevor Lawrence. So again, when your team is losing, you're going to pass the ball. So you're putting up passing numbers means nothing to me when you're down the whole game and you have to pass.
I got a question. To feed off of what you just said, I got a question.
And number 11 is Dak Prescott. Let me say that too.
Yeah, I got a question here. To feed off of what you just said about the passing here.
Say that again.
Who do you think is worse, Trevor Lawrence or Daniel Jones?
Trevor Lawrence.
Who's worse?
Who is worse?
Daniel Jones.
I say
Why?
Trevor. Daniel Jones is trying.
Why? No, he
just doesn't really read the defense better.
I mean,
it's just.
Do you think Daniel Jones's running is better than anything Trevor Lawrence can do?
Of course.
I'll be honest with you. Between Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones, the question is
his running doesn't do anything.
It's a serious question, though. Don't say I don't care. Who cares? It's a serious question.
It doesn't matter. Yes, he's more mobile, but it's not doing anything.
But they're both
winning games. It's not.
They're both equally trash.
There's a difference between him running and Lamar Jackson running. Lamar Jackson running.
True.
His running to get an extra first down every now and then is irrelevant.
Same thing with Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
They're both trash, man.
He did have that nice run last week.
You would say Daniel Jones is by far. I think Daniel Jones is the worst QB in the NFL. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
worst.
The worst.
Shaw.
Yes,
starting?
I think Daniel Jones is the worst starting paid QB in the NFL.
Well, I mean,
Tico?
Emphasis on paid. starting QB.
I mean, the Titans don't really have a good situation.
Listen,
I would say
True.
probably better than the Titans.
I mean,
True.
right now, it's look at the end of the day.
I mean, Gardner Minshew's not playing that well for the Raiders.
I think he's hurt.
No, they sat him. No, they sat him.
They sat him. Okay.
Yeah, it's O'Connell that's actually hurt. Last time I checked.
I mean, Derek Carr ain't that good.
Derek Carr.
We know he was terrible.
Listen, just remember, this guy at one point was considered
The MVP.
an elite,
So what?
not an MVP, but an elite quarterback at one point.
I mean,
Elite where?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like he didn't put up the numbers worthy of that year to be considered MVP, but I mean,
Daniel Jones is down there, though. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I can't, at the end of the day, Derek Carr sucks as well. He sucks. I mean, you lost 7 games in a row. You may have been out for a couple of games, but
they started not punting the ball the first 3 games. They didn't punt the ball once.
And then they got smacked with reality in the face. The other team reminded them that they still had Derek Carr. I mean,
and then you got Michael Thomas's CTE head coming out of nowhere. This is QB.
Listen, at the end of the day, man, I like these young quarterbacks right now. I mean, Jeff Goff is playing lights out. Right now, I know that everybody has him for the MVP or MVP candidate.
That's so old.
Oh, what is it?
That's funny.
Scissor kick. Oh my god. Man, oh man. And that's how every Giants fans feels about Daniel Jones right about now.
Not every Giants fan, man.
No, about Daniel Jones, you mean?
Not every Giants fan.
No, I said almost every Giant fan probably feels that way. That meme, rock bottom or the RKO or TKO, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, but look, one team's misery is another team's success. And right now, the Detroit Lions are playing lights out, man. I mean, I want to say they're the best team in the league, to be honest, but I can't yet because the Chiefs are 8-0. But the Lions are definitely the best team in the NFC. Right behind them is the Washington Commanders at 7-2. And Jaden Daniels right now is playing the way CJ Stroud played his rookie year last year. And at this point, at the pace that we're looking right now, I mean, it wouldn't be too much of a surprise if Detroit and Washington end up playing in the NFC Championship game, just by the way they're playing. In the AFC actually as well.
Well, that's if the Niners can get healthy.
Well, they said that.
I heard McCarthy's coming back.
I heard McCaffrey was on his way back.
The Eagles also playing well.
And the Eagles are 6-2 right now, and for some reason they still want to fire the head coach. But
did you see that jump homeboy there? OMG, yo!
Everybody's seeing it.
Oh man!
OMG!
What would y'all say is y'all like MVP front runner right now? Like, if y'all had to pick,
Saquon Barkley.
No, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Daniels because he brung Commanders from what they was last year to what they are doing this year as a rookie. Man, that's great.
I would give my vote to Jaden Daniels as well. But if he wasn't playing, the one I would consider heavily the most would be Derrick Henry.
Right.
Because right now he's on pace to rush for over 2,000 yards right now. And I don't remember the last time that happened. And even though they're 6-3 and they're behind the Steelers, they're still going to be there. I did predict that they were going to make the wild card and the Steelers win the division. But he would be my MVP if it wasn't for Jaden Daniels. But right now, Jaden Daniels has my vote.
Yeah. I think for me, like, just knowing that the turnaround Jaden Daniels did, I feel like if he keeps that up, like, he would have my vote. But I also want to throw out Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. So, for instance, Lamar Jackson has 20 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That's Lamar Jackson, and then Josh Allen has 17 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. And I think the thing with Josh Allen is, he lost, his top 2 weapons from last year, and his passing numbers. He's not. I mean, his interceptions are way down. He's still throwing 17 touchdowns. Still the NFC East.
It's making Josh Allen spread the ball around. It's forcing him to use his 2 tight ends, his running backs. Which, to be honest, all it's doing is opening up the playbook and making more defenses have to move up when they're doing the check down.
I think the big thing from last year though is because Stephon Diggs was always just complaining, and now you don't have that. So it's like you're just gonna throw it at whoever the play is designed to, whoever's open. Like that's just
the cancer in the locker room is gone. But to go back to what you said, Efren, the last one was Derrick Henry in 2020. He rushed for 2,027 yards.
So he did do it, and he's on pace to do it again for a second time.
Yeah, but I mean, back to whoever you think is going to be the MVP. I mean, come on, let's give it up. Everybody knows it's going to Mahomes. They basically already won the Super Bowl. I mean,
Patrick Mahomes. I think he just threw more touchdowns than he has interceptions.
Mighty Patrick Mahomes will win it.
Listen, statistically, he's not going to win the MVP. I mean,
he doesn't need statistics. He doesn't need stats.
He's got
the NFL up his sleeve. Come on. We already know he won it.
Wow.
Oh, where's Jack?
Oh man.
Yeah, where is Jack?
That boy would be. Oh man, he'd be tearing you guys a new one right now, man. Oh,
well, I'd like to see him dispute the video evidence of all the calls that are going on.
I'm not saying you read it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to see him go at it. That's what I want.
He has to show up first.
Got to show up the blue.
Well, here's the show. Call him out. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, Jack, you got to walk up those stairs.
Oh, geez.
You got to open the doors to the shed.
He's not watching.
He's got to be brought up in his chariot, okay? Come on, let's go.
It's going to be a huge chariot.
It's got to be a huge chariot. He's got to be brought up. You got to take him up there, put him in front of the microphone. You got to basically take his chin. You got to talk for him. You got to do everything for the guy.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Love you.
I mean, look, I'm sure at some point he'll be on the show. But right now, it's just not going to happen according to
He's
him.
scared.
Hey. Right now, if Aiden means he's scared, I want to be scared too.
Right up.
No, Jack is scared.
Oh,
we're doing our picks.
Yeah. So just to kind of just finish it up real quick. I know that we kind of dismiss Jared Goff. Just throw a quick shout out to our boy there, Jason. I'm not trying to dismiss the fact what Jared Goff is doing. Number one, be there. I'm not gonna take that away from him. He's also an MVP candidate. Listen, the likelihood is he's also a front runner. Like, we can't just basically dismiss the fact that they were expected to be where they are. They're probably expected to reach the NFC or even further, be at the Super Bowl and maybe even win it. But they're putting up the numbers. They just traded Smith, the defensive end from the Browns, over to the Lions to replace Aiden Hutchinson for now. I don't even know how many Pro Bowls he's been to, but he's another defensive end. So they just basically reloaded is what they did. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jared Goff also wins the MVP. Well, but he's definitely a top 3.
I didn't mention him because I thought you mentioned
they can't. They got to stop turning the ball over.
No, I thought you mentioned it. That's why I didn't.
They don't even seem like they've missed a beat with Hutchinson out.
No, and they just reloaded. I'm telling you, they just reloaded with this Browns trade.
The offense just got better. With Aiden Hutchinson gone out, to feel like the offense is like, all right, now we got to step up.
To me, is when they got the 2 running backs.
Yep, the 2-headed snake, bro.
And I've always been saying it. This is a 2 running back system now. It is. You're not gonna pay the top dollars to the top running backs anymore because they're not gonna be there as much, or on a rare occasion. you're gonna have to have 2 running backs, and this is why the Lions are successful.
We
I'm
got
just saying, a 2 running back system you need to have.
breaking news. Dak Prescott tore his hamstring. He is going to be out for over 4 weeks.
So his season is done.
Cooper Rush
Basically.
time.
His season was already done. We got a little chant going on in the chat. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared.
Hey.
And it goes on and on and on and on and on.
Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, that's who you think it is.
How's it going, Jason? I knew you'd be somewhere listening. We just didn't want to leave you out. I want to trash the Lions. I really do, but I just can't do it. I can't. Hey, look at it this way. For the next
trash New Orleans.
I'll get to that in a minute. The next few years, though, Thanksgiving is going to be good. The Lions are winning and the Cowboys are not.
Yes.
I'm telling you that that's going to be great Thanksgiving for the near
You're
future.
telling me the Cowboys are going to lose against the Giants?
Yes.
Oh man, Efren, just rip the Band-Aid off.
There's no way.
They are.
No.
Yes, they are. This is the one game you want to win that you should lose, man.
No.
Get it over with.
No.
You don't want to win this game.
The last game we're winning is this Panthers game right here. This week.
No, you're not gonna win. You said trash the Saints, right? So I'm not gonna trash the Saints. I like the Saints, okay? They made Beast Mode famous, okay, with Beastquake, okay, and
Beast Mode
now stadium during the playoffs, all right. So this is how bad Derek Carr is, okay. Zachary and I, we just found this out. I believe he's only 1 win away to either tie or set a new record for the most losses in the first 11 years of their career. And guess who holds the record right now? Archie Manning, the Peyton's dad, Peyton and Eli's dad. He holds the record right now for most losses in their first 11 years. Derek Carr's either going to tie or break it in his next loss. He's going to break it. He's breaking it. Okay. He's trash. Okay. This is how trash and the trash started back when he was with the Raiders. Okay. And the Raiders since 2003 has only had 2 winning seasons, 2016, 2021. All right. 3 seasons of those where they were at 500. They're not considered winning seasons, but other than 500 seasons. All right. And Derek Carr was there for 9 of those seasons. The guy is trash. And the sad part is he ended up being trash after one moment potentially being called an elite quarterback. He's done. Saints gave him a 4-year, $150 million. I don't know how much of that is guaranteed, but the Saints are done as well. And if I'm them, I still keep playing Derek Carr. Get a better draft pick. They're stuck with him. Where's he going? They're stuck with that man. Unless you cut him and you take a huge salary cap hit like Denver did with Russell Wilson. And I'll be honest with you, I say the same thing about the Dolphins, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't want to win another game next season, this coming season, because I don't foresee Tua getting another contract after 4 years. You'll have a backup. Hopefully you can land Cam Ward, but I wouldn't want to win another game either, just to try and draft my security blanket if Tua doesn't pan out or when his 4-year contract is up. I wouldn't want to win. The timing would be perfect. I ain't saying that about Miami as well. I love Tua. But let's just be honest. After 4 years, he's not getting re-signed by Miami, and they got.
I think so too.
With them not even making any moves for the trade deadline, they're going to be stupid, and they're going to try to win every game, and they're going to knock themselves out of getting any chance of Cam Ward or anybody.
The team that put themselves to win right now is Washington Commanders when they traded for the corner out of the Saints, Lattimore. He's been in 4 Pro Bowls. The guy is an elite corner, and they're playing wide receivers that they have to defend. And they went out and decided to get a top-notch corner. And the next 5 games, if somebody wants to pull it up, they said that they conceivably can win the next 4 out of their 5 games with 3 games remaining. They can conceivably have, right now, they can have 11 wins at that time with 3 games remaining. And I'm telling you right now, I think Jayden Daniels and Washington, they're going to make noise in the postseason. I think they're going to make noise. And don't be surprised if they end up in the NFC Championship against, like I said, Detroit. So I don't know about anybody else, but you guys have anything to say? Because I'm getting tired of actually talking today. I'm gonna make this my last day to talk about the Raiders, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm done.
Who?
The who?
Thank you, man. Amen.
Who that?
Amen. Who that? Who that? Who that? I don't
Instead
know.
Instead of who they, they're who dat.
Who?
Efren, you really got to pour some salt on the Cowboy fans' wounds, though. I mean, I'm gonna be
Listen,
honest. I feel like you're letting the Cowboys off.
Listen, I'm not letting the Cowboys off. I am not going to let off the team that you are going to add more value to that team when you two wear those jerseys. Okay, you're just going to add value to it. I'm going to make sure of that. But the Cowboys fans are delusional. They've been delusional for the past 30 years. When I mean 30 years, I'm talking about 3 decades of empty promises, hollow dreams, utopian worlds, fantasy worlds, and yet every year I have to sit here and have to or turn the TV on and hear they're the most talented team on paper. Oh, they're the ones that are going to do this. What evidence do you have in the past 30 years that the Cowboys are going to do a damn thing?
Nothing.
What evidence do you have? And if you say
Nothing.
Dak Prescott, if you say Tony Romo, if you say, and I love you, CD Lamb, go Sooners. But if you say CD Lamb, I'm going to lose it. There is no hope. The only hope that they have is that Jerry Jones hands over the Cowboys to one of his children. That's what you need to do right now. You guys got to get over it. Dallas is not
over to Belichick
for the next several years as well. You're going to be joining the other losers lounge as well, and you got to move over. So get used to seeing the Giants. Get used to seeing other teams that are at the bottom. Sorry, guys. But get used to it because that's where the Cowboys are going to belong.
Listen, they got to get used to seeing the Washington Commanders rear ends because Washington and the Eagles are going to run this division for a little bit unless there's big changes.
There isn't going to be any chance. There's a new sheriff in town. His name is Jayden Daniels because Daniel Jones is out. A new Daniels is in the picture.
Thank you.
And the story there. So anybody has anything to add to all these miserable teams? To all these so-called NFL teams?
You want to go on a rant, Keith, about your Miami Dolphins?
Nah, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. I know he isn't.
He's saving that for next week.
I already that white towel was thrown in a while ago.
Yeah, mine was in 6 years ago. So, all right.
If they surprise me, they surprise me. Great, but it's not going to happen.
Let's finish this off, guys. By finishing off with our picks and see who we're going with this week, guys.
We're not talking college football.
As a matter of fact, we are.
I don't think we really need to do picks this week. I think we know there's enough other stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
I think we should just talk about the Hurricanes.
I like that idea actually even better. So as far as with the college prediction, I believe yesterday the college playoff rankings came out, and now we're gonna end up having to figure out. We are gonna predict which top 12 teams, if you recall, in the order that you have them. We're gonna figure out exactly who's gonna make the playoff and which probability anybody has making it. So for me, all right, as far as anybody making it right now, to me, this is my top 4. This isn't even. I actually wrote this down in the top 4. My top 4 is number 1 is Oregon. Number 2 is Miami. 3 is Georgia, and 4 is Ohio State. Now, most polls have Georgia and Ohio State 2 and 3 respectfully, and they have Miami number 4. Okay. I'm gonna push back a little bit on that and disagree with that because I know it's Ohio State and I know it's Georgia. They have 1 loss. Miami has not just barely been winning. These guys have been an offensive juggernaut. They're undefeated. To me, they should be ranked number 2 in every single poll. I'm going to leave Oregon at number 1 for the simple fact they've been up there a lot longer, especially since the beginning of the season, whereas Miami started, I believe, at number 19, their preseason ranking.
I think the main reason is because they've beaten a ranked opponent.
No, and
that's why I'd have Oregon over them.
But
I agree with the Miami being higher.
Yeah, and I get that, and Oregon, you know, I think they're a little bit suspect because they only beat Boise State by 3. Even though they are,
but then they beat
They beat Ohio State.
They did beat Ohio State. That's true. They beat Ohio State, so that kind of washes off right there.
I mean, Boise State's a good team though.
But yeah, that's the team. I'm gonna tell you right now. But we'll get to that. But right now, those are my top 4 because it's important to figure out which ones the top 4s are going to be, because those are those 4 teams are gonna get a first week bye.
So why you leave out Texas?
Oh, I didn't leave out Texas. Well, the reason I have the top 4, it's gonna go to the top 4 power conference who wins their conference. That's gonna be Big 10, Big 12, ACC, and the SEC. So I've got Oregon coming out of the Big 10. I've got Miami. I have Miami coming out of the ACC. I got Georgia out of the SEC. And actually, I'm going to have to pull one of these out as far as the SEC. But I'm going to keep Ohio State here because all the other teams remaining, they come from the same conference now.
Well, actually, isn't the top 4 determined by the actual conference winners? Is it the top 4 or is the top 4?
Well, the top 4 is usually going to go to the Power 4 conference.
So it's going to go to the conference winners.
To the conference.
So then, by default, Oregon and Ohio State can't be.
I would have
top
to.
4.
I'm going to take BYU to be that number 4 seed out of the Big 12.
All right,
that's who I'm going to put there. BYU. So that's would be my 4. And then the 5th team. Now, this one is where it gets a little complicated, though. The 5th team goes to a conference winner that doesn't come from the conferences we finished. So if Boise State wins the Mountain West, or if Memphis wins the AAC, or even Navy. But here's the kicker, though.
I don't think Memphis is good.
Huh?
I don't think Memphis is.
No. I was just using Memphis as an example. So if they finish out of all of those 3 teams, they have to finish higher than the other 2, but they've got to finish in the top 12. They got to be ranked in the top 12 to get that 5th seed. If not, that 5th seed is going to go to an at-large bid team like Texas or an Alabama or somebody like that. But those are my 4 teams right there.
Well, I thought there is an automatic 5th. I just thought that they're not actually the 5th seed. I thought they were just going to be ranked lower.
Well, that's the thing. That 5th seed, if they can't get,
the 5th seed, but isn't there a 5th spot?
There is, but for
like they don't get booted out if they're not the 5 seed.
No, they might end up being like the 12th seed.
But they don't lose it. They don't lose that spot.
No, they
don't lose that college playoff spot.
No, well, if they win that, let's say Boise State wins their conference, right? But let's say they finish 13th in the rankings. They won't get the 5th seed because they didn't finish in the top 12 in the ranking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that there is another team that's going to take that spot over them. That's what I thought I heard you say. They're just going to be the last,
probably the 12th, and then the 4th.
There won't be a team jumping them. Like that's their spot regardless to make it in the college playoff.
You mean the 5th?
I don't know where you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Well, if they don't finish in the top 12, they're not getting the 5th spot.
No, I heard you say, though, that you said another team would jump them.
Yes.
Making it sound like they lose. You made it sound like they were going to lose that college playoff spot. And I'm saying they're not losing that college playoff spot. They're just not they're not going to be that higher ranked.
They'll be in the playoffs, but they just won't get the 5th seed. They'll get probably like the 12th seed. They'll still be in the playoffs. And another team from a power conference will get that has an at-large bid at number 5.
Which is funny enough. I don't even really think it matters too much because the 5, I believe, plays the 12 seed.
That's the irony of it all.
Is that a home game?
But it's a home game.
Oh,
that's what makes it interesting.
Okay.
The first round, it's all a home game for the rest of the seeds. And then after that, it's into like the Peach Bowl, the Orange Bowl. They go to the designated bowls. That are being hosted.
So for everybody, that's big for Boise State because if they can finish top 12, they'll actually get a home game against, as of right now, Alabama or like a Penn State or Notre Dame. Like, that's like in the NFL, that's equal to like those teams that are like barely above 500 that win the division, and they get that home game, against like the top,
like a 12 and 5 wild card team.
Yeah, like Seattle, how we were,
we're 7 and 9. And I believe
we played the Saints.
The Saints were like 10 and 6.
Yeah, they were the I believe top wild card team that year too. But we had the home game, so that's like equivalent. If Boise State can finish top 12.
So for me, I'm gonna finish off the rest of my playoff picks. I've got after the top 4, I've got Boise State, Alabama, Penn State, Indiana, Tennessee, Texas, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. Those are my 12 teams going in. So,
I mean, I don't have all 12. The only thing I'll really add is I believe that the winner of the Alabama and LSU game, I believe the winner of that game will win the rest of their games, because of their matchups, and I think that they will get a spot in the college playoff. So whichever one of those teams can basically win the rest of their games, I believe that they will have a spot.
Before anybody says anything, I got a quick question. Our Army is still undefeated. Do they get in if obviously they'll get in if they go undefeated, but if they have one loss, do they get in?
Nope.
No? Okay, just making sure.
I don't think they play nobody really to.
Actually, they still got to play Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yeah, they still
because with one loss, they still. I'm looking at it, Iowa State has a loss, Pittsburgh has a loss,
right?
Notre Dame has a loss,
Penn has a loss,
and U has a loss, and like they played better teams, like in their conference. Now, if they're undefeated, they beat Notre Dame, they beat Navy. There's a case, and I'd have to see how everybody else is, but I think they would get it.
But again, that all this is if the season was to end today, only because anything could happen.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I got my top 4 being 1 Oregon, 2 Miami, 3 Georgia, 4 Texas, 5 I have Ohio State.
Remember, Texas and Georgia are in the SEC.
Yep.
So only one of them can stay.
Oh, then switch Ohio State with Texas then. Ohio State 4, Texas 5.
It's confusing.
What do you mean it's confusing?
Because Oregon and Ohio State are
in they're in the same conference too.
Yeah, so what are we talking?
The top 4, just put it this way: the top 4, you have to pick one from the Big 12, one from the Big 10, one from the SEC, and one from the ACC.
It's like the NFL. How like there's the NFC East, the NFC South, the NFC West.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not doing all that.
Like it's hard to explain it because this is a new format.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go with those. I would switch Ohio State for Texas. Put Texas in 5. I got Indiana 6, Penn State 7th, Tennessee in 8th, BYU 9th, Notre Dame 10th. If they lose against Army replaces them at 10. Boise State at 11, Alabama 12.
Wow. So he's basically saying Alabama's going to beat LSU this weekend.
No, I think he's just saying right now.
Right now.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. What do you guys got over there?
I didn't do homework like that.
That's all right. Your point is Miami going to be there? Yes. Then who cares about the rest of the other 11
Right. That's all I'm concerned about.
Well, how about this? Let me ask you this, Keith. Where do you truly believe the Miami Hurricanes right now? What should they be seated? Where should they be seated? Because right now they're seated number 4 right now.
I would say probably where they're at right now, just because we haven't really played anybody, and our defense is not that good right now.
Yeah, if you actually look at their schedule, they don't have a win against the ranked team.
They're still 9-0.
That's why. That's why I can understand it.
Do they play like say either Pitt, SMU, Clemson?
We got Georgia Tech, West Virginia, and Syracuse.
Oh, so you should be able to basically you run the table.
Their best game will probably be Clemson in the
ACC championship game. That's what I figured.
Probably there.
Yeah. And even though Clemson lost,
but then they could even move higher than 4 because like let's say Georgia, I don't know, or Ohio State. Well, if Oregon and Ohio State play again,
one of them is there.
By default, they're gonna Miami would jump up higher.
Right.
If Georgia loses to Texas and Georgia, they both have 1 loss.
Yeah, that's our only chance to move.
Yeah.
That's our only chance to move up. I think if one of those Ohio State or Georgia lose 1 more game.
And the thing is that considering it's the Big Ten and the SEC, they tend to beat up on each other within the conference anyway. So right now, I mean, Oregon has been clicking on all cylinders. They don't look like they're about to lose either. And it looks like right now it's going to be Oregon and Ohio State in the Big Ten title. So that right there alone is going to Miami move up.
How would you leave out Indiana? Wouldn't Indiana be in the Big Ten title with Oregon?
I don't think they'll be there. Remember, because Indiana plays at Ohio State in a couple of weeks. So I believe Ohio State is going to beat Indiana.
I think we play Indiana Saturday too, Michigan. Okay. I think.
Yeah. So whether they beat let's say they beat Michigan going into Ohio State the following weekend, I still think it's going to be in the Big Ten. Ohio State is going to beat Indiana, the head-to-head matchup, which will push Ohio State into the title game, and Oregon, since they're undefeated, that'll push them into the title game, which Indiana could still get in that large bid with 1 loss. They're gonna get in that large bid. If they lose once, which everyone's expecting is Ohio State, Indiana's getting in. A 2-loss team is in the SEC could be left out because of it. So
back to Miami real quick. The only team we beat that was once in the top 25 was Louisville. That's the only real.
But Louisville just beat Louisville. Who just Louisville?
Are they ranked right now?
Yeah,
I think Louisville is ranked. Louisville is ranked, and Clemson's ranked.
You want Louisville to win the rest of their games, Keith.
So then we did beat a ranked team.
Clemson.
No.
Yeah, you have to see now that you want Louisville to win there because then that win would be rated as much higher, whatever that might end up being, either strength of schedule, last 12, quad 4, whatever. Quad
I think
1,
they still have Ohio State and Georgia because they have like a top 5 win. Yeah. I think that's the main reason as to why they're ahead of Miami.
Okay, they're ranked 22. I didn't see that.
If Penn State loses one more time before the season's over, are they out?
They're dropping out. Yeah.
It depends who they play. I don't think they play anybody else that's that good. I think Ohio State was their best game,
which means they will drop out.
Oh yeah, they definitely. Yeah, they don't play anybody good. Yeah, and they only have 1 win against
Washington, Purdue, Minnesota, and Maryland.
Yeah, their only good win was against Illinois.
Man, so they really don't play anybody the rest of the way.
USC,
bad scheduling by the University of Miami.
Oh, real quick, can somebody just do me a favor? Can somebody look up what's USC's record?
Yeah,
USC.
They're the same as Michigan. I think they're like 4-5 or something like that.
USC is 4-5.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so my prediction is still on pace to happen. They'll finish under 500, and if that happens, Lincoln Riley's getting fired.
Well, if they win 2 out of their next 3, they'll be 500.
Oh, you're
and
saying
they play Nebraska, UCLA, and then Notre Dame.
So they could potentially still lose more than one. Potentially, it's not like
I think Nebraska will be. If they don't beat Nebraska, then they'll most likely lose to Notre Dame.
Yeah, that makes sense. That I would say that. I would say that
USC's 2-5 in the conference.
All right, right now, based on what real quick, just based on what everybody have seen and know, who's winning the national title?
I gotta go with Dylan Gabriel. I gotta represent OU somehow, somewhere.
Who do you guys have?
I'm gonna go Texas. I'm gonna go Texas.
Texas, okay. Shetta got the U. He's got the U. Who do I have? Man,
that's what I got.
No, you got to quack.
That's what they do. They do the O.
The O.
You going with Oregon?
Yeah, I gotta go just because Dylan Gabriel's their quarterback. Got to represent OU somehow. Soonest.
I mean,
you could say the Hurricanes because you're your uncle. I mean, could help a brother out.
I would like to see him.
I want to say Oregon. I can't do it.
I mean, because like usually these teams are like teams that like you see a lot.
Yeah.
But like seeing Miami is like it's like.
I mean, yeah. Do I want to see Miami because my brother-in-law Keith? Yeah, but at the same time, I can't put my feelings ahead. But I got Georgia. I got Georgia winning the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Carson Beck ain't it.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He's not it.
No, he is not.
He's not looking like the quarterback he was last year or the last few years. I'll tell you that.
That's because he wants to
I trust so many other quarterbacks.
He wants to date
especially in a 12 team. Like I trust.
It's just that Kirby. I just right now. It's just that Kirby Smart. He finds a way for his defense to step up, and Carson Beck is just doing enough to get them to win because they're relying on the defense. And right now, I'm gonna just stand by Kirby Smart's defense right now. Unless something dramatically happens, I'm gonna trust Kirby Smart's defense a little bit more.
But I don't think you can have a quarterback that just does enough to win a national title.
I mean, doing enough. To me, doing enough is this is what to me doing enough is. It's like keeping it in the high 20s, low 30s.
JJ McCarthy.
I do want to say before they even would play in the conference game, their next 2 weeks is against Ole Miss and Tennessee.
You're talking about Georgia?
Yes. They play Ole Miss and then they play Tennessee.
And if they win those 2 games,
they have to win those 2 games.
No. I'm just saying. But if they win the 2 games, I'm just saying that's just again that's going to strengthen my argument in picking Georgia.
That probably bumps them up to 2.
Right now they're at number 2 right now. No, they're at 2 right now.
Now if Tennessee beats Georgia, where do you think that should put Tennessee?
Ooh.
Well,
Tennessee
they're 7-1. They're both 7-1.
Tennessee has to go to 2.
To me, top 3.
Yeah, they probably take their spot.
They have to take Georgia's spot.
Easy.
Do they jump above Miami at that point?
No,
probably right.
I think Miami bumps up.
I mean,
Miami.
I mean, I guess if you want to bump up,
I mean, they'll have beaten Alabama and Georgia, Tennessee.
Yeah.
With one loss, I think.
Yeah, but how high are you on Alabama?
Alabama's 11 right now. That's crazy. 6-2.
Alabama beat Georgia.
Right. I keep forgetting that Alabama beat Georgia.
You acting like they're like any worse than LSU.
I mean,
they're on the same.
Yes,
they're on the same level as LSU.
The loss to Vanderbilt
Alabama can just go
took a little bit of their swag. I'll give you that. Okay, the loss to Vanderbilt took a little bit of their swag, but at the end of the day, they still have the talent, and it's a little bit hard to go against them.
Also, at the end of the Georgia's number 3. You're talking about Tennessee, right?
That's what we were.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you brought up Alabama.
If Tennessee beats Georgia, Tennessee's moving up.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying with Georgia. I don't think they're like quite that team that everybody, because they almost lost to Kentucky.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. Believe me, I am not disagreeing with you. But that's what is making them. They're winning the close games, and a lot of teams sometimes have a hard time wrapping up a win when they're just barely winning or they're about to come from because they're that whereas Miami, they've blown it feels like they've blown everyone out of the waters this entire year. That's what it feels like with that high-power offense. They haven't ran into a defense like Georgia's right now, and I'm not taking anything away from. I'm sorry.
So they did play Alabama, even though their defense is sketchy. Tennessee.
Oh no, I was
I'm
talking to Miami.
I think if Georgia loses against Tennessee,
sorry. But as far as Tennessee,
Miami goes up to 3, Tennessee goes up to 4.
I think Tennessee would jump Miami.
So would I. Just because
I mean, just look at the quality wins.
That's what it comes down to.
For me, that's what it is. Like the quality wins.
That's why I said when you have a one-loss team coming out of the SEC, they're gonna take a little bit more preference than say an undefeated team coming out of the ACC.
That's how
or maybe even the Big Ten without them playing the top tier teams in their own conferences.
That's why Georgia's ahead of Miami now, because they have a quality top 5 win. Just how they look at it.
So Tigo, who you got over there?
Muted.
You're muted, bud.
I told you I got Texas.
You got Texas winning the whole thing?
Yeah, I got Texas winning the whole thing.
My man got time for the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, the 12. He said, no, Texas is winning the whole thing, no matter what.
Yeah,
no matter what, right, T?
Yep.
He's
If it ain't
going
Michigan,
he's
then
going
it's
Arch
Texas.
Manning.
That is right. Oh, you know it. You know it. You
No.
know it.
Got to protect that Manning legacy, huh, T?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Quinn who?
At this one,
Quinn
if anybody
Ewers.
has anything else, I just want to say real quick, I want to thank everybody out there for today's show. Like I always say, if you want to drop a comment, if you want to request to be on the show, please let us know. Let us know how to get a hold of you. We'll send you a link to so you can join. For anybody out there, what are those? Everybody says, hit subscribe and like before you move on. But if anybody has anything, so I just want to actually finish up by saying thank you for the show. Thank you for the support in the comments. God bless you and good night.
God bless America. Hold on, stop the music.
First up,
Stop the
here's the
music.
host. F.
Stop the music.
Explaining knowledge that's applying, never guess it. Next in line.
Stop the
is
music.
Zach.
You ain't the DJ.
I gotta say something.
Go ahead. It's one of
Cue
those
the
editing.
music.
Talking pros down to college. Jackie Jack on the grind. He'll never tire. Youngest buck on the show. He brings the fire. Never slip. Keep your grip.
Tico's in the booth.
He's the drip. Tickle's lit. Always spits the truth.
What's your t-shirt on
It's
that?
me. It's KG. Piling stats, spitting facts daily. The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed.
Podcast.
The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed.
Podcast.
The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed. The Sports Shed.